So in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to survive in the Zone 3 threat zone in Modern Warfare Zombies, because it gets pretty hairy in there. It gets pretty intense. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how you can get in there, how you can do some stuff over there. Maybe you're trying to get some contracts done in there, because one of the ways you get the ray gun schematic is by doing contracts in the threat zone 3, which has about a 5% drop rate with those contracts. So unless you're super lucky, you're probably going to have to run a few of those. So I'm going to give you guys the best tips and tricks that I have after going in there quite a few times myself. And if there's anything I left out, let us all know in the comment section below what tips and tricks you guys would have that maybe I didn't mention in this video. But hopefully I'm super thorough, because again, there's a lot of things that I've learned kind of running in here multiple times. So if you do enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like. Really helps the channel, lets YouTube know you guys enjoy the content, and then it shares with more people. If you don't like it, it's completely fine. You can dislike it. Let me know why though, so I can improve the content in the future. All right, let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Now, first things first, you're based on a time limit, right? So the first thing you want to do is try to get things done as soon as possible, because you got to get pack-a-punched weapons. You got to get money. So you got to want to do contracts the best you can. I would suggest doing the contracts that don't have a time limit tied to them. So whether that's an escort, not an escort, excuse me, the cargo ones, whether it's the cargo ones or the Spore or the PN. Well, the PND is a little bit of a time-based one, but it's a little bit of a quicker one, I think. You could do that one. Bounty contracts and things like that. I think those go kind of a little bit quicker. Keep in mind that some of the contracts in the higher threat zones might give you a little bit more. Certain contracts might also give you more. Some of the time limit ones actually, I think, might give you 3,000 instead of 2,000. So just keep an eye out for how much they're worth, and try to do the ones that seem most efficient to you. But again, I typically go for the bounty ones, things like that. But if you do the time-based ones, I think they might give you a little bit more money. So it might be worth doing those anyways, just for that extra 1,000. The other thing is, if you're kind of looting around and stuff, and you see things that are worth a lot of money that you can sell at the buy station, hang on to those, bring them to a closest buy station, sell them there. You get a little bit of extra credits for that as well. So keep those kind of things in mind to try to, utilize the time that you have as best as possible. Now, you could, if you want to, bring a Pack-a-Punch crystal in with you. You might be getting one, most likely. There's a pretty good chance with all the contracts you're going to do at the very beginning of the game that you're probably going to get one anyways from as a reward. So you might not have to bring one in, but if you do get a Pack-a-Punch crystal, either that one that you brought in, or one that you get from a reward from one of these contracts, then that's going to be super useful, because that's going to get you your first Pack-a-Punch right out of the gate and save you a load of time. That's kind of the idea, honestly. If you could, that's the I would highly suggest doing that. I would not suggest going just for the money, because we're going to be actually spending 5,000 pretty early. So once you do get 5,000, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go and zoom in on your map and mark the wall buy, the closest wall buy to the zone 2 area, but you're going to be going in zone 3. So the zone 3 wall buy is what we're talking about, but kind of closer to the edge of zone 2 if possible. Now, they do rotate, so sometimes they could be either gold or rarity, or they could be purple rarity. So keep that in mind. If you go to one and it's a purple rarity, you could go with it, but you're going to, it's not going to be as good. But if it is purple, you can go to a different wall buy and try to get one there. But what I would suggest is either going in with a vehicle, or at the very least, try getting stamina up first. You're going to want stamina up, and you're going to want no secondary weapon, because you're going to pull out your fists to run faster. And then stamina up, of course, is going to make you run, kind of more consistently as well, without your character getting exhausted. So I would highly suggest stamina up if you can first, at the very least, so you can run out of there quickly if things get hairy, because again, we're not ready to fight anyone yet. We're just trying to get a gold rarity weapon. So try to get one of those wall buys, hopefully the one closest to the edge of the map. Usually it's like the bottom right of the zone 3 kind of area. Then once you get that, you're gonna head out of there, whether it's with a vehicle, whether you're just booking it out of there. If you can go through any bodies of water, zombies not going to follow you through there. They will throw their guts at you that can hurt you, but it's a lot easier to get away from them then. So again, we're getting in 5,000 is what it's going to cost for the gold rarity. At that point, you're going to try to do some more contracts. If you want to do some zone 2 area stuff, you can. I will also note that some caches in zone 2 could also have a gold rarity weapon in them. They could also have purple purple and stuff like that as well. You typically find like green and blues in the zone 1 area. Zone 2, you will find more like some blues, but mostly purples and sometimes gold. So that is a way to find some gold rarity weapons as well. And at that point, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pack a punch up to level 3. So what we're going to need is a lot of money. So we're going to need 10,000 to pack a punch to level 2, and then 15,000 to pack a punch to level 3. So in total, with the wall buy, we're going to need 30,000 credits. Now, again, our essence. That's why you want to bring a pack punch crystal, because if you don't have a pack punch crystal, then you're going to need 35,000 instead of 30,000, if that makes sense. Because again, we're buying the wall buy, right? So what we're going to do to pack punch level 2 is we have to be in either level 2 zone area or level 3 zone area. So to pack punch level 3, likewise, you're going to have to go to the level 3 zone area. That's the only place you can pack punch level 3. So what I would suggest is pack punching up to level 2 in the zone 2 threat area first, and then going into zone 3. I would also highly recommend, if at all possible, you guys bring something like decoy grenades with you. I think those are typically very, very good. It can kind of give you a little bit of a break if the zombies are really chasing you. Monkey bombs are also gonna be good, but I mean, monkey bombs you can't bring in with you into the game, but you can find them obviously, but they also take a little bit longer to wind up, but they will also do damage to the zombie once they explode, right? So there is that too. I would also be very cautious of the hellhounds in zone 3. They are the only zombies that I found in zone 3 that can actually outrun you. Doesn't matter if you have your fists out and stamina up, it doesn't matter. They're super quick. So typically what you're going to want to do is either avoid them altogether and try to, you know, like I said, kind of maneuver and parkour a lot and try to, kind of get into places where they can't really follow you as well. Or just turn around and try to, kill them really quickly once you have your weapon that's ready to go. That said, we're not quite going into zone 3 yet. I would also highly suggest getting speed cola, because speed cola is going to allow you to reload your guns a little bit faster, which is going to be very, very helpful. In terms of your field upgrade, you can go with whatever you want. Technically, there is one field upgrade. I'm trying to blank on the name. You can read the descriptions, but it makes you go invis to zombies, but it's very short. It's like 3 seconds. Healing aura could be very good, because if you're in a pinch, you're going to want to pop that healing aura so you can get healed. And also, if you're with teammates and a teammate goes down, it'll automatically revive your teammate if you pop it in kind of close proximity. So there is that as well. I would highly suggest healing aura, personally speaking, and that's that. Now, a couple other things you're going to want to do is obviously you want to have a level 3 vest, because you want as many plates as possible. You're going to want to have some plates on you. If you don't have enough, you can always buy some. I think they're like 150 a piece at a buy station. So that'll be very, very helpful as well. You can get 3-plate vests in various different ways. For example, doing ether, sort of like those infested strongholds. You can get some. You can get the 2-plate vests from the ether nests as well. Not as much with the 3 plates. You can also get 2 and 3 plates from the mercenary strongholds also. So if you do those, or you could also buy them, but they're like 5,000 at a buy station in level 2 or level 3 zone. If you want to bring score streaks, feel free. That could be something that could obviously help you, whether it's a precision airstrike or sentry gun or whatever else. Those are other things. But while you're doing all these other things, if you can find time to do like, loot caches and stuff, and especially do like an infested stronghold or two, if you find one of those sentry turret circuits, those are going to be very useful, because there's a lot of those sentry turrets that you can pop a circuit into in the level 3 zone area, and that's going to help you like crazy. Like those things are nuts. Those are not the score streak ones. Those are like the ones that you pop a circuit into, you interact with it, you place a circuit from your inventory into the turret, and then you exit, and then the turret boots up, and it just shreds zombies. So that would be very useful. If you can have something like that, I would highly suggest bringing that in. Now, unfortunately, you can't have that in your stash, so you have to find those just kind of like every time you boot into a game. So it's not something you can bring into the game with you. And I wouldn't spend too much time doing that, because obviously you need to also be making money. And by the time you're done doing all of this, you're probably only going to have maybe like 15 minutes left on the clock, maybe 20 if you're very efficient. And if you're not very efficient, maybe 10 minutes left on the clock. So, I mean, again, you're trying to do this as efficiently as possible. You're going to probably have to run it a few times, get used to the kind of the method of it, the sort of route. And again, some of it's RNG, right? Some of it's like, well, are there contracts that spawn near you when you first get into the game? Are they contracts that are kind of easier contracts to do? There's so many different variables of RNG that could factor into this as well. But for the most part, if you do that, I think you should be good to go. The other thing is sometimes when you're killing zombies, they'll drop flesh, like meat, raw meat or whatever it's called. It's like a blue rarity item. Now, if you there's dog houses scattered across the map. Some are in level 1 zone, some are in level 2, some are in level 3. In the level 1 zone, if you give a dog house 1 piece of meat, you're gonna get the dog, a friendly hellhound. It's in the level 2 zone, you're gonna give it 2 pieces of meat, and there's one by a grave, kind of like in the top left corner of the zone 3 area. If you give that one 4 pieces of meat, you will get a level 3 hellhound, friendly hellhound. And what's good about them is that they're gonna attack enemies. They do have a health bar, so eventually they're going to die, especially in the level 3 zone. But they're going to attack enemies with you, and they're also going to revive you if you need to get revived. So that's super helpful as well. So if you just so happen to come across raw meat along the way, then I would highly suggest picking those up as well and saving those for the doghouse, which would be very, very useful. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of my tips and tricks that I have for you guys. Again, no secondary weapon. You want your fists to be able to run faster when you need to run away. Different things like that. Like I said, gold rarity, Pack-a-Punch level 3, if you can get it up to there. You can make do with level 2 Pack-a-Punch, but it does get a little bit kind of trickier. You're going to burn through ammo a lot more. Also keep in mind that there's ammo reload stations all across the map, especially there's quite a few in the zone 3 area. So utilize those to kind of maximize and refilling your ammo. And I think that's pretty much all I got for you. Again, if you have any other tips and tricks, let us know in the comment section below. But hopefully these, kind of tips and tricks that I've given you guys help you survive into Zone 3 a little bit better. You can kind of complete contracts. You can kind of do whatever you need to do in the Zone 3 area. Just kind of have fun with it, whatever you're trying to do. But again, if I missed anything, let us know in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys soon in another one. Till then, game on. See you guys later.